What up, what up? This is Tony A with YORUBADE. If you haven't already done so, go ahead, look at my channel, check out my videos, subscribe if you like the content, and like my videos if you find them beneficial and it adds some type of value to your life. We'll really appreciate it, really trying to grow this channel, and I need you all to help me to do that. Alright, so I was having a conversation with one of my friends just yesterday, and we were just talking about Nigeria and its issues and things of that nature. And I was asked a question that was actually kind of fun to go through. So I was asked, okay, if I was the president of Nigeria, what would I do? If somehow I just became president today or tomorrow, whatever, what exactly would I do to change the country around? And it was really asking me this because I have a lot of, you can see on the channel, I have a lot of opinions about how to just come up with solutions. And so I asked this question before to other friends of mine, and they didn't know how to respond to it. And I kind of gave them my basic response. And so anyway, so I'm going to share with you all. So if I was made president of Nigeria, the first thing I would do is figure out, really, I will make sure I have my dream team with me. So all the brilliant minds throughout the diaspora, they're gonna be on my team. And I'm gonna also make sure that they have mentees that are native, like born in Nigeria, right up under them, so they can learn, and they have that apprenticeship program or whatever going on. But so I already have my team in place. The first thing I will do is tackle the insecurity issues in the country. That's the first thing. You really can't grow if you're having these terroristic attacks going on. You got the policemen causing a lot of just strife and chaos with the citizens, beating them, hitting them with sticks. And of course we know about SARS and what SARS is doing. So the first thing I'll do is I will tackle the security issue. Now, how would I do it? I would have to so if it was me, I would call a joint meeting with all the heads of the state, all the governors, have a meeting, sit down and be like, okay, look, we're doing some restructuring. I don't care who has a problem with it, who wants to get pushback, whatever all the noise is. This country has to be restructured. There's no way we can continue to go. We can go forward and make progress if it's where it's at. Now, I think I don't know. I'm just saying things, but I think the North will have the biggest problem with it, because from my research and just what I see and observe, the only contribution the North does is when it comes to beef and some farming. Even though we got farmland and Southwest, Southeast, I don't really see the North contributing like that. I actually see them as a liability. I'm just from what I've observed, they can't tackle their security issues. They're educational wise, they're behind. The children that, they have multiple wives, have multiple children. Children are being born into poverty. A lot of the poverty that comes from Nigeria is in the North. So when there was that report about Nigeria is the poorest country, it's all those people in the North for the most part that are making our numbers look the way they are. Now, I'm sure this can offend other people, whatever, but this is just from what I've observed over the years, and that's what it is. So anyways, so I'll bring all the governors together, and I'll just have a sit down talk with them. And I'll just kind of say, like, all right, we're gonna do some restructuring. So for example, when it comes to the oil that's coming out of the South, the majority of those profits has to go to the landowners over there. So that South region, they have to be benefiting directly. That's the only way that it's going to be able to really work, and so that there's not as much animosity going on as well. So Yeah, so that's one thing that I will have to say. That'll be the first thing that I'll really be looking at. It has to be some type of restructuring. Also, when it comes to the police, Nigerian police, they're incapable of solving crimes. It's just they're not equipped. They don't have the training. They're not as being. There's no strategy to, or from what I've seen, I don't know what's going on the ground, but there's no strategy to how they do their policing. There's no improvement. There's no technology, no body cams. And then when they do mess up, I don't see any repercussions happening to them. If they're killing people indiscriminately or shooting or just putting the citizens' lives in danger, lock them up or go ahead and give them that death sentence. Take them out, because if they don't have respect for people's lives, they're messing up the whole image of the country, and people are going to be resentful for it. And since they're in a position of authority, they're abusing it. If they take a life, their life should be gone as well. That's just how I see it. So that people know that if you're gonna be a police officer, oh yeah, we mean business. We're not playing these foolish games or whatever. So that's the first thing I'll be looking at, the security issue. The next thing I'll be looking at, a lot of these governors or local governors, I don't know how much. I'm not too sure how much power I have, but I will make a deal, or it's going to be trade-offs, and I will say, all right, if you want to. So first, every state is going to have its own autonomy. So kind of like what you have in the states, where every state can govern how they want to see fit. Every state has to have their own autonomy. They have to be able to manage their own affairs. Now, I know money and taxes, they're not really getting the revenue like that, but whatever. This is all hypothetical, whatever. So anyways, so I will want to see what these governors have been doing, or when it comes to the local politicians, I want to see if they have actually been making improvements in whatever that they're doing, and expose them. I'll have like private eyes, or not private eyes, but researchers, or I can't think of the term right now, but I'll make sure that there's someone that can actually look through their books and see if they've been stealing money, any type of crime, blast it for the public to see, so that the people in that state can see what this politician has been doing. Get rid of them, lock them up, and do whatever you need to do. So really cracking down on this corruption as best as I can will be one of the things that I'll also focus on. Education, of course, education is big. I believe the way that Nigeria is just doing, when it comes to, so I'm not going to talk about the private, but the public school system is lacking severely. No one wants to go to public school. It's really, it doesn't make the children competitive. So I'll go ahead, get, once again, those in the diaspora, we have a lot of educators among us, and I'll just say, okay, get you. Make sure you have the mentees that are born and raised in Nigeria, so they can get up to speed, and it doesn't seem like we're doing a takeover. I want them involved as well, so they can see firsthand and redefine this curriculum so it actually makes sense. So example, these students and these children should be learning practical skills that they can use to survive in their lives. So farming techniques, how to like boreholes, the whole science of it. That's one. Solar energy, renewable energy, why it's important. Also health, nutrition, put that in the curriculum. What else? What men should be doing. So young boys or whatever, what it means to be a man, that type of training, like structured training. Also for the women, what it means to be a woman, and how together we make perfect synergy. I might have those in the schools. History for sure. So they took out history. For whatever reason, put that back in there. Depending on which region they are, the history is going to be more catered to the majority of that population, and also the language, so that there's a consistency in the language. So with me, when I was learning Yoruba, I was talking with my other Yoruba folks, and they were just it's a couple words or a few words that it's just different meanings and they don't really understand. And so what I started picking up is there's not really a set standard that much as far as the type of language or the type of Yoruba that you're learning. Now, maybe one of you all that are watching can say, okay, there's something else that's more consistent. But when I was doing my own study, my own personal experience, it seemed like every other person had a little bit of a different way. And I understand the slang and the pidgin English and all that other stuff. But when it comes to Yoruba, there has to be a set standard like how it is for English. So that's the next thing I'll do. So the education will definitely be big on my list. The health, the fitness, all that will be part of it as well. And I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I'll just start there and then everything else can kind of go off and do what it needs to do. But the security issue, security and restructuring are the two that I really look at. Of course, the economy, but if you got security issues and the general education level of the people in Nigeria is not high or competitive, then I don't like just, okay, let's just talk to CBN or whatever and maybe they can do, like, you can't fix the economy if you're not taking care of the smaller components or the other components of the country. So one quick fix, hey, no, it has to be almost a complete overhaul of what's been going on and infuse just the tradition and culture in a way that it makes sense. So hopefully, that will take care of the economy. And once again, I got my dream team with me, so everyone is contributing. I hired like true meritocracy. I got the right people on board. So if any of them gets wind that the other people are trying to do some type of corruption or whatever, immediately, look, we got some strict laws. If you try to do any of that bullshit, then you're going ahead, minimum freaking 10 years or something like that. Like, really go cold with it. What else would I do? So I talked about security, education, economy a little bit. What else? I think just building a sense of pride. So once again, it really comes down to this, everyone getting on board. And that's why I'm saying, okay, if there's a situation where governors are not doing what they need to do, I'll kind of give them an ultimatum and saying, look, this is what, when all the governors came, let's just say we created the new constitution, you're not fulfilling, I'll say to those governors, whatever, doing bullshit, you're not fulfilling, you're going against the Constitution of Nigeria. This is a federal case, and you have two options. Either you step down and move aside, or we're gonna go ahead, build a case on you, have the public, be the judge or whatever, and then you're gonna be carried away. I'll, like, really no nonsense, be real strict with how to really get into a lot of these governments, because this stuff is systematic. So, and I don't know how deep it goes. I'm just thinking, just off the top of my head, those are some of the things I would do. Trying to see anything else. Of course, protecting the children. Oh, I've been noticing that there is a lot of domestic violence going on. A lot of the men are just ridiculous, and I can understand the trauma from just stress every day. There's always stress, there's always arguments or whatever. Any type of domestic violence, or once again, if there's police officers abusing, they have to have some strict penalties in order to curb what's going on, or curb what's going on. Those penalties got to be severe. So even when it comes to incarceration, I don't want the incarceration building or whatever infrastructure to replicate what's going on in America. I want it to be so that you're actually being rehabilitated. I know there's some countries in Nordic region or somewhere up there where they really try to rehabilitate its convicts or its prisoners, because if everyone is working at a top-notch level, then everyone is contributing and you're going to go farther. It makes no sense just to take this people, lock them up, just throw them in there and then forget about them. Like, you still got resources that are going to upholding whatever infrastructure you got. So if you want to be smart about it and think long term, start training these people to actually be productive citizens when they get out. Now, if they don't seem to change or do anything different, then, I mean, that's their life. They want to waste it and be stupid. Let them be stupid or whatever. Keep them in there, whatever it has to happen. But I'll just be like, no, I'm going to use this opportunity to retrain them so that when they do come out, they can be more productive and they can add value to the economy. So that's what I'll do with that. Food-wise, really pushing nutrition, preventative health is another thing. Public health and all these different type, just helps us maintain strong bodies. I would make a push for that. Once again, that'll be part of my dream team of a sector that's about that. Oh, therapy. So maybe I won't call it therapy. I'll probably call it something else because of the stigmatization of therapy. But I'll try to have that in there where it makes sense. Like, hey, if you've been frustrated or if you got in 3 arguments today, the government is paying for you to talk to some, or I don't know, something clever and something that makes sense so that people actually go to it. Protecting the borders is really important. So once again, that goes into the security issue, retraining of the police department, retraining of the soldiers, and if they ain't up to speed, get rid of them. A lot of them are just holding people back, the guns and all this, like it. So I know with the North, some of them have the Sharia law and they kind of do their own thing. And this is what it will be like. Look, if you're not maintaining, like, this will be for everyone. If you're not maintaining a high standard of living for the people that you're over, this is where the federal government has to step in, and you don't want us to step in because we doing sweeps all the way around, and we're gonna catch you on some stuff. And if you don't want that to happen, then you better be doing the best damn effort to take care of these people. If you got to cut the salary or whatever so that the citizens are doing well, then damn it, that's what you're gonna have to do. If you want to be in a position to serve, then freaking serve. This ain't a place for you to get rich and then just eat off and act like you're big because you got a title. I really want to try take care of all of that stuff and just get that shit out the way. Yeah, so that's, it's a lot, but yeah, if I was president, the first thing would be handling the security issue, because these kidnappings and bandits and Fulani herdsmen shooting guns is coming out of anywhere. No, have these cameras set up and start going after them. Kind of what Colombia was doing when what's this guy's name? I forget. The Kingpin. What's his freaking name? There he was. Pablo Escobar. So when Pablo Escobar was running the street, all the drug wars and all the stuff that was going in, then the government was just like, look, we gotta put a stop to this, and they just went hard. And really, Colombia now is a lot better than what it was back then. Obviously, we can see that. So if I'm president, that's something similar to doing that, where it's just like, look, anyone sees anything about kidnappers or whatever, point out the area, and if it leads to arrest, you're gonna get a reward. Have the people working for you, so it's just like, look, community, all the community vigilante, whatever. If you see anyone, federal government, our troops are trained specialists, ops or whatever, we coming in and we looking for them. Oh, they want some smoke, they want to go ahead and shoot at people that can't defend themselves. Oh, we fucking you up, and we're coming after you. No mercy. We don't want to hear you cry. We don't want to hear you say, "Oh, the world is tough" or whatever. No, you want to terrorize children and women and people and the elderly and all the other people that they can't fight back. Oh shoot, we're gonna give you something. We're gonna give you something to shoot at, and we're gonna win. So, but anyways, that's what I would do if I was president. If I was made president, have some fun with it and really try to reach out to those in the diaspora, because we got the knowledge and we just a lot of us just wish that it was easier to help out and contribute. But anyways, I hope you find this video enlightening, and maybe you have your own thoughts. Let me know. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and take care.